The stories of heroes and villains are amongst the greatest of ballads and epic poems in existence. Tales of love lost and true love's first kiss have been spun by the greatest bards of this world. But this is not a story of the heroes, the lovers, or the villains. Nay, this story is of the bard Ahrman that had but one wish: to pen an epic ballad with a unifying central character, herself. So welcome to each and every one of you to the Melodious Misadventures of Ahrman. Our bard came from modest beginnings in Neverwinter and rebelled against her parents' wishes and fled to the city of Silverymoon to study and become an adventuring bard. Welcome to the Melodious Misadventures of Ahrman, Episode 2. When last we left our illustrious bard Ahrman, she had just delivered a very, very important message to the king's son. Happy birthday from your father. Of course, Ahrman was not alone. She was joined by a cleric, a wizard, a fighter, and a rogue who helped her on her journey to fulfill her first solo, quote-unquote, mission. And now, it's been a few weeks. She decided that she's going to head north towards the city of Shadowdale because she heard that there are some really good bards up there and she would like to test her mettle against their mettle. So, welcome everybody. This is episode 2 of the Melodious Misadventures of Ahrman, and today we're going to be welcoming not only myself, I am Draknar, your DM, but also our illustrious bard.
I am Ahrman, the one, the only. Oh, I forgot the most essential equipment of mine. Let us begin.
All right, and today joining us we have 2 of 3 guest stars. One of our guest stars had to drop today because of a scheduling conflict. They are in the U.S. military, and the military said, "Hey, you're going to work today all night long." So he'll be joining us for this episode 2 of this. His name is his character's name is I wrote it down here. Cassidin. He is a level 3 druid and he is a Circle of the Moon druid. And now let me introduce you to Ivan.
Hello, I am Ivan Druvek. I am a hobgoblin and a paladin, and I believe that I shall, since I was spared of a life of a criminal life of mischief and evil, I shall now spread the word of justice around where I can. In justice we trust.
And your character class and level, please.
Ah, yes, of course. I am a level 3 paladin. I am of a subclass that they would call command.
Okay.
Conquest paladin.
Conquest.
I come and I seize. Yes, yes.
All right. And Zeke.
About time you got to me. I am Zeke Gem Teeth, and I am a level 3 wizard sage of the deep gnome variety. And a lot of people think gnomes are, just ready for get their hands dirty. I'm not like that. I have the magic abilities to do that for me, if you will. And I'm sure enough, I'm gonna make sure that happens. Because my talons, these these nails will never get dirty in this place
All right.
at all.
Okay,
What
so
those are for?
Ugh.
sorry about that. My dogs have a tendency to not know how to shut up. So, all right. So we will go ahead and begin.
That's all I have.
Sir,
Sorry about that. I had turned my microphone off for a second because my dogs, as you heard, were screaming in the background.
Like, I stopped the entire game. That's great.
What?
I don't know what's fun.
Figure it out.
As long as they
Okay.
were barking at injustice, I'm okay
Yes,
with that.
I believe they were barking at the injustice of the dastardly DoorDash deliverer dude.
how dare he comes to their territory bringing such things as food?
All right. Having completed your route of the bandits of the False Forest and amongst the treasures, you had acquired a map. This map, at first you thought was just a normal map, but your curious gnome wizard Zeke had decided to cast Detect Magic on the map, and it began to glow with alteration and illusion enchantments embedded in the paper and the inks. Now you really are curious about where this map leads. You identify many things on it as arcane symbols and language fragments that seem to be in some type of code. You sought out a sage in the city of Arabelle, and he identified 3 things on the map. 1. An arcane symbol that represents the village of Shadowdale. 2. A symbol that represents the low place. And 3. A name. The Cave of Mar. Shadowdale is to your north along the forest road, and therefore you have set out to uncover the secrets of this map, locate this low place, and find the Cave of Mar. As you have traveled down the road for many days, outside it looks well maintained, delightful, and folksy. Hardwood planks and thick hardwooden logs make up most of the building's exterior. Oh, I'm sorry. You come to a tavern. I'm an idiot. You come to a tavern, and from the outside it looks like a well-maintained, delightful, and folksy location. Hardwood planks and thick hardwood logs make up most of the building's outer structure. It is almost impossible to see through the small curtained windows, but the excited voices from within can be felt from outside. Excuse me. As you enter the tavern, the heavily... this is not loud at all. As you enter the tavern through the heavily used wooden door, you are welcomed by laughing voices and joyful music. The bartender is swamped in work, but still manages to welcome you with a friendly nod. Looking about, you see a single table that is empty, and the barmaid waves you over. Let us enter the tavern. There we go. We have the tavern. So here is our tavern. The barmaid waves you over to that particular location. Whoa, why can't I move this? Can't move that one. I cannot move Ivan. Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with him in the wrong place. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and drop your characters onto the map, that would be great. Or actually, I can drop them for you. Oh, I guess we have 2 of him. Never mind. Here's your druid friend. And Ahrman, you are actually over in this area. You are awaiting your turn to perform. Currently, there is a bard performing. And let's see, Zeke. Oh, Zeke. Uh-oh, you need a token. I am so sorry about that. I thought I had your token completed. Let me edit that. You are a gnomish wizard, correct, sir?
That is correct.
Let's see if I have a nice little gnome. Mr. Gnome. Well, my gnome definitely doesn't look like a wizard, so let's try a wizard. It looks like a garden gnome, so probably don't want to have him.
Oh, I get confused by that often.
Well,
Don't you worry.
all right, so how about we have a nice little... There you go. How about that? You're probably not that big. Oh,
That's
maybe put you-
perfect, actually.
There you go. You're sitting at the table. All right, so the three of you go to the table, and you're poring over the map. You're looking at the map and such, and the druid he turns to the barmaid and he says, "Excuse me, can I please get an ale for myself, a glass of wine for my gnomish friend here, and I forget, Ivan, you like dwarven spirits, correct?"
Yes, of course. And I would love a tall glass, if you will.
The barmaid she nods and says, "Yes, masters, I'll be happy to get those things for you. Oh, look, that young bard, she's about to go up on stage." And she scurries off to collect your drinks.
Hello there, everyone. It's such a wonderful meeting everyone here. I'm so pleased to arrive as well. If I have several songs prepared for such an occasion, and on this wonderful instrument here, I shall also demonstrate what it does. It is called a hurdy-gurdy. And I shall roll those performance checks.
Okay, go ahead and give me a performance check. Oh, what an amazing performance you are going to be performing here. So let's see. So, which song will you be performing today? Will you be performing the ritual dance, your romantic tune, your sheath the sword medieval tune, or your sheath the sword tune, or visions?
Visions.
Visions. So the bard begins to play a song on her hurdy-gurdy and uh, prance around a little bit. And as the music starts and you begin to pore over the map, trying to decipher the apparent code, um, you've been working on this for days. Every night you start reading this and looking at this. This bard, as she begins to play this this tune upon her hurdy-gurdy, the song starts to hit these notes, and a number of things begin to happen on the map. The lines around some of the arcane symbols begin to tremor, and they begin to glow slightly. And as the performer of the music begins to hit these single notes, intricate symbols begin to blink in and out and in and out. As the song crescendos, a path appears on the map, illuminated from what appears to be a small building that appears on the map, and travels to the north and to the west into the hills. And as you are studying the map, and the music begins to come to a strange crescendoed end, and the bard finishes her performance, all of the symbols revert back to their original original inertness, and that path that you were studying seems wiped from your mind.
Thank
Zeke!
you. Thank you.
Sorry.
You're quite all right.
Witnessing this, Ivan would turn to Zeke and he says, "Oh, you see this? Is this your doing, or what happened just now?"
I did not touch this.
The barmaid brings your drinks while you guys are after the performance has ended, and she puts down the 3 drinks in front of you. She also brings a small tray of breads and some steamed root vegetables, and she says, "I thought you might like something to eat as well. Uh, the drinks and the food, it's all one price pretty much, except for that um, dwarven uh, dwarven spirit. So that's kind of more expensive. So that's going to be a silver per person and 2 silver for the dwarven spirits. You can either settle up now or you can settle up later. It's really up to you." And she turns with a flourish and she kind of walks away.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yes, yes.
Ivan calls out to the lady.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that bard that was playing the tunes just now?
Uh, uh she's kind of new. She's been here for a couple of days. She plays that boxy instrument. It's really weird. It's kind of haunting sometimes. But
Yes.
uh, she's very skilled in it. I really that performance was one of the better ones that she's done. Sometimes she misses a note, um, uh, and you hear her say that Amaran, and she notices you look at her, and she goes, "Oh, but I need to go. If you want to speak to her, she's just right over there." And she kind of points over the shoulder of the bard, and not the bard, the druid, and uh, the bard is standing there having a conversation with um, uh, almost like she's talking to her instrument. And the other
Oh,
bard comes back up here, and he starts to play his music, and softly
Nothing
again like he was.
happens. Just want to point out, nothing happens to the map when the other part starts playing.
When the other bard starts playing, you excuse me, you
I want to make sure.
the bard's music starts to play, and you're staring at the map, and you don't that nothing seems to happen to the map.
Zeke, do you know anything about instruments that might bring maps to life? This is a new one for me, I must admit.
We had some show, but I don't know anything that can do what that instrument did.
And you see, apparently she is talking to the instrument. Maybe the instrument has some words of wisdom it can share upon us. We should call upon her and see what she has to say.
I grab hold of the map and start walking towards uh, the bard.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Your music
Hmm?
was magical.
Wait
I
a
hold
minute.
up the map, like still crumpled in my hand. Your music changed this.
Oh, dang it. I thought I was actually getting hit on for once instead of me hitting on someone else. Oh well. Uh, Suddenly, well, I didn't know it had that kind of an effect. May I
Like,
take a look at it?
yes, of course. I unfurl the map that's like now all crinkled up. I
Uh,
just spread it out a little bit more. Like, that's better.
may I do the bardic knowledge
Um.
on this?
Well, are you like unfurling right there? Or are you inviting her back to the table?
Uh, I'll invite her back to the table since I
Okay.
needed to smooth it out on the table itself.
As when the bard comes over to the table, Cassidin, he stands up and he says, "My lady, that was some very good music that you played. It's very uh, enlightening and inspirational." And he waits for you to sit before he sits back down.
She gives a thank you and will take her seat at whichever chair, because I forget that they're chairs.
Yeah, it's okay. Uh,
Zeke, seeing all the magic happen in that piece of paper,
mhm,
does not sit down at all.
okay.
He's like standing up on end.
Is he standing on the chair?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it?
Um, can I get a perception check from from Ivan and a perception check? I'm going to roll a perception check for the druid as well.
Not my finest moment.
Okay. Um, uh, Amaron, can you roll me a d4, please? Actually, no, d20. Sorry, d20.
Right, it's not that one. Are so many bots that I'm so used to rolling with an exclamation point, not a slash.
Okay, a 7. All right. Okay, so you sit down and you guys start. You're all four of you are looking at this map now. The uh, the map is very plain, Amaron, except for there are certain symbols on it. Go ahead and give me that our good old bardic check. Of course, you've leveled now, so your bardic knowledge has increased. So again, it's going to be your level of 2 plus your proficiency bonus of 2 plus your charisma bonus. Not charisma, sorry, intelligence bonus. What am I talking about? You
Wow.
recognize a number of the symbols as being as from a musical score that you had learned about when you were studying um, at in Silvery Moon. It is pieces of music, and you can identify the notes within the music uh, from a very old. Uh, you'd probably say a lost piece of music because you don't recognize it, but it is definitely musical notes that all these symbols mean, or that are laid out. And as you're looking at the symbols, you're kind of singing the song in your head.
Mhm.
In fact, actually, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Um, you actually start to hum this out loud, and which is something that you try not to do because it's if you start na, 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 and as you're humming the tune, you one of the symbols seems to like light up, like, and then you stop and you you hit that harmony, or you try to hit that tone, um, and you realize, oh, maybe I'm a little flat, and you adjust it, and as you do that, that symbol lights up and it starts to glow, and when you stop that note, it disappears. um, and all of you are enthralled in this, and the bard that's performing on stage right now, he actually starts to starts to cough violently, and he clutches at his chest and he coughs and he coughs, and bloody spittle starts to come from his mouth, and he collapses
oh.
onto the stage.
Oh.
My gods!
At this moment, Ivan would immediately gets up and he's like, "Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I got this." Then he runs up to the. I want to run up to the bard and see if I
Okay.
can like either do a medicine check or maybe use lay on hands to stabilize him.
Okay, go ahead and you give me a medicine roll. And can I get a perception check from Zeke with disadvantage, please?
Perception with disadvantage. Let's see. That's gonna be fun. Let me see how that's gonna go.
Well, 5 was your first one, 6 was your second one. So, all right.
Oh my gosh.
And
can't the
let
stage.
me go ahead and roll for Cassidin on this. He's also going to be rolling with disadvantage for this particular perception. Wow, he's
Nice.
he's your eyes today. As you I'm going to move you over here. As you are, did you say you were moving over the two Ahrman? Ahrman?
On
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay. As you guys are doing that, this uh, uh, looks the druid catches sight of this, and as a small uh, human looks like a human girl, probably in her teens. Uh, she she dashes over and she grabs the map and and is uh, and is attempting to hightail it out of there. Uh, so she's actually going to grab the map and then she's going to get over here. Um, and the druid goes, "No, stop!" And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, do
All right.
that. See if that works better.
Let me go ahead and open up my
Okay, not
initiative.
bad, not bad, not bad.
All right. And
What?
the druid is going to roll initiative.
Oh. Let me see. Let me see here. See them right there. Oh, that's good.
And where are they? He needs to roll as well. All right, that's what I meant to roll. Not
Oh.
this sheet. Okay. All right, so Cassidin, he is going to roll his initiative. All right, so I've got. Okay, who did I not get? I did not get the initiative from Ivan, or did you roll it and I dismissed it?
I
Yeah.
rolled a 2.8, 2.08.
Oh, okay. All right. When you roll initiative in Roll20, you need to make sure you click on your token before you roll initiative.
Oh.
I'll go ahead and I'll fix it real quick.
Right.
Um,
I actually got an error that said you wanted to send results to the token tracker, but no value. Okay, it's because of the problem that you told me, right?
all right. Let's see.
And just in case I rolled a 14. I didn't do that right, but I
Yeah, you got.
got there.
I've got Ivan having a 2.8. I've got Zeke having a 14.
Let's do-
14 and a 2. All right, so we'll go ahead and set these up for descending. Okay, so a number of the patrons see this happen, and they kind of like, what's going on? The three of you that were looking at the bard, you can act this turn, but you are going to have to choose to either use an action or use a movement. You do not have. So I'm giving you like a half an action. So you can either make an action or you can use movement. You can use a bonus action as long as it's not to cast a spell. So this commoner is going to she seems to be running towards the door, and she's going to get the door is she flings the door open, and uh, she exits to that point, and you see her out the door turn to her right. Okay, and then it is Zeke's initiative.
All right, so I'm gonna move. See if I can point this out here, because my 25. So Zeke's gonna move right there. And you said I can either move or action, so
You
that's
you can move or use an action. So your
that
movement
is
is
my
20
turn.
or 20 or 25?
25.
25. Okay, so
25.
you can actually go there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, yeah. And then Ahrman.
Screw it, she's gonna help out the other bard.
Okay, you're checking on the other bard.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to his breathing is very labored, and he's still coughing violently, and he seems to be losing consciousness.
Mine, that was not of an effect. I can do this. It's okay! I think?
You think? Sorry.
Maybe.
Second. Okay, and that is you cast healing word. You cast healing word, and the the coughing seems to begin to subside, and he seems to be coming. His eyes seem to flutter back, and he seems to still be losing consciousness. But he's not coughing, and there's blood. The bloody spittle's not coming out of his mouth.
What to do for my next turn?
All right. Any bonus action, or you use healing word as your bonus action, medicine for your action? Okay, got it. No.
Yeah.
I said you couldn't cast a spell.
Oh, do.
All right. So I'm gonna
Well,
retcon
healing
this
word
that
as
you just
action?
yeah, and then no medicine check. All right. I'll give you that one this time.
I'll take it.
All right. Uh, Cassian is going to he's going to bolt out the door 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he's going to use his bonus action to make a double move, actually right there. So he runs out yelling, "Stop, thief! Come back, you rapscallion!" And Ivan, it's your turn.
So at this point, Ivan, how's the bard looking? He's stable now because of a healing word.
The bard seems to he's not coughing as hard. Maybe he's trying to catch, but he seems to be unconscious.
All right, then stay here, and I will go after the thief. So I want to do exactly the same as the as the druid, I want to use some movement and then use my bonus action to double my movement.
Okay.
So my movement is 30 feet. I can.
If you're gonna go that path, I'm gonna need you to make an athletics check to go over the table.
I'm opening it up.
All right, you are perfectly fine. You vault over the table and make your way across. You knock 3 of the chairs down, but that's okay. And that's your first
Excuse
30
me!
feet.
Justice in progress. And then my second 30 feet is. I move over there.
Zeke's behind him. Going, you got this. I'll be over in a minute. Go.
And I think that's it for my turn.
All right. And then so the 2 of you are out here. You see the commoner jump onto this horse. And she needs to make a quick animal handling. As she attempts to it's going to be a she unhooks the horse from the hitching post, and she throws her leg up over the horse, and she I can't actually grab the horse because it's actually part of the map, but she then turns the horse and starts to ride down the road this way. She's gonna get to about here. And she has her hand around around the reins, and she has her other hand is still holding the map in the other hand. And then it is Zeke's turn.
Oh, are these windows like open?
They are very small windows, and
I
they've
am
got
very small as
they've
well.
got curtains, and you can't see through them. When I say small windows, they're like maybe 12 inches by 14 inches.
Oh, I almost had a good idea, but let's see how we do here. All right, that gets me to door. That gets me out the door. That's good. I think.
Yep, that'll get you out the door.
Boom.
And you can see the thief is on board is on the horse, and it seems to be riding towards the west.
And now we can do actions.
Yep,
too?
you got movement and action. You're back to normal.
All right, I'm going to cast Ice Knife.
Okay.
Let's see if I can hit. Oh, geez, never mind. That's like, oh. Wait a minute. I think I did something wrong. So I casted Ice Knife. I didn't mean to do that, but hang on. So I think it's just a. Oops, sorry, gun.
Yeah, you cast Ice Knife?
Yes.
So yeah, dexterity save. Okay. Alright, so
Mhm.
she'll attempt a dexterity save.
Because if it also hits, it probably didn't hit with a 7. It would take that damage plus ice damage.
Yes.
Full damage, I guess.
There they are. Okay, so your attack roll with Ice Knife was a 1. So you're
Yes.
going to miss.
That's gonna miss.
And then let's see. So in that for that 5-foot sphere, go ahead and give me. You rolled a 1, so roll 2d4 and then a d6.
2d4. That'll be a 6 on the 2d4. And a 3
Bless you.
on the 6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Bless you again.
Thank you.
Okay, the ice knife actually strikes here,
Mm.
and as it passes her, she's kind of like dodging and weaving, and the ice knife hits the ground and it shatters. And the horse is going to make it. See if the horse gets startled by this, because he's not a war horse. He's just a farmer's horse.
Just a horse.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Totally,
He
totally good.
he's not bothered by this in any way, shape, or form.
Bless
Once
it.
to be a
Ahrman.
war horse.
Ahrman, it is your turn.
All right. I will check on this time using bardic knowledge.
Okay, so what are you trying to glean with that?
What happened to him? 'Cause cough cough bluff managed to heal, passing out still. What does that mean?
Let's see. You are you know that he had been drinking a lot, so maybe he's a little more inebriated than you thought.
Okay. Well, at least that's something.
What the? Oh, there we go. Okay. The Twitch stream froze for me, and I was like, because I was just checking
Well-
out real quick.
Seeing as he is, she'll stay with him just to make sure he's okay.
Okay.
Because that's a little concerning. Could be the start of a plague.
All right. Why did the music stop for anybody else?
Yes.
Yes.
Did that go away?
It stopped for me.
There we go. I don't know why it stopped. It's weird. All right. Oh, you cast. Oh, I forgot about the ice. Okay. All right. So then the next action is going to be. So you are checking on him. He seems to be okay. He seems to like just be almost like sleeping it off. But he's stopped coughing completely. Are you going to stay there, or do you want to use your movement?
I'll move.
Okay.
Time for good old-fashioned table climbing.
Since you're not making a double movement, you're fine.
Okay.
All right. And then our illustrious druid, he is going to take a few steps out here, and then he's actually going to cast Thorn Whip. He's going to attempt to grab this the woman that she's trying to escape, and he's going to cast Thorn Whip, and that is going to hit. So he casts Thorn Whip, and the excuse me, he casts this whip of thorns, and it whips around, and it grabs a hold of this woman, and he yanks on her and pulls her back 5 feet, dismounting her from her horse as she hits the ground. She takes 4 points of damage. As she hits the ground, she let's see, it's not a very comfortable thing to do, hitting the ground. So she hits the ground, and she kind of oof, and then it is Ivan's turn.
Halt, thief! in the name of everything that is righteous and good. And he says that, and then he uses a command.
Okay, so your command is halt.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
What
or hold still.
spell DC is 12? All right. Let's see. Wisdom saving throw. Right? Wisdom, right? Yeah. She kind of stops, kind of frozen for a moment. And any bonus action or
Yeah, I can still use my movement, right?
yeah.
So at this point, I'll move close to her.
Okay.
And if I can use a bonus action to snatch the map from her, or
An interaction? Sure. Um, give me because she can't move, but she still doesn't want to let go. So we'll just give me an opposed strength check, so you can pull it out of her hand.
I clicked it, it should appear.
You snatch the map out of her hand as she kind of glowers at you, and
Crime never wins, little lady.
as you say that, and her turn begins, you see from from around the building these two burly-looking men with crossbows and short swords at their side come out, and they level their crossbows towards you and towards Cassian, and they fire their light crossbows. So the first one's going to fire at Ivan, hitting AC 6. That's a hit, right?
My AC is 14.
Anybody hear those arrows? Or are they too quiet?
No, I heard them.
I heard him.
So, and then the other one fires at the druid, and the druid lifts up his shield, and the crossbow bolt sticks solidly into his wooden shield. And that is their turn. Her turn. Okay, so for one round. Okay, so she cannot move at all this round, but she reaches inside of her cloak, and she does draw out a oh no, it takes no actions. Never mind, she doesn't do anything. She just stands there. Baffled look on her face, frustrated look on her face. And Zeke, it is your turn.
All right. So, and let's see here. I'm gonna go back here because I saw them getting shot. Stand right there. And I'm going to cast magic. Okay, let me move this for a minute. Let me just double check here. Cast magic. Yep. I'm gonna aim at that dude
Okay.
with my magic missile.
Okay.
See, that is.
Like fireworks.
Yeah. Each dart hits the creature of your choice within. I do 3 of them.
Yep.
So I'll mix and match here. I'll go one here, one there, and one back over there.
All
I'll
right.
hit 3 of those. So I still have to roll, huh?
Yeah.
My favorite. Let's see here.
D4 plus 1. The classic magic missile. It never gets old. It's
No. Let's see, where am I at? There I am. D4 plus 1. First one is a 3 or
so
4.
4 points of damage. Okay.
That's a 1. And there's another one down here. And 3 points of damage on the bottom one. And we'll go one more on the top one. Hopefully. Where are my stuff at? There we go. And that's 3, 4, 4 for the other.
So a total of 7
4, 3, and
against
4.
that one?
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, wait, for the top one, that would be 8.
Oh, 4. Okay, that's right. 8.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
We better run, guys. We have what we need.
They are
Uh,
criminals and must be apprehended.
The when I throw a red dot up on something, that's the bloodied condition.
Oh.
Okay. Any bonus action for you?
Let's see, that was one. I'll go like, and let me see. I'll stay right there.
Okay. And Ahrman.
Right. Are these open windows?
You can't see through them. They're small. They're small. Frosted. They're like lead windows, and they're really
Oh.
small, and there's curtains across them.
Damn. That would have been.
I had that same reaction too. I was like, damn.
I'll jump through the window.
Well, and also if they're size small, squeezing. I don't think that's a mechanic in 5e, but that can still be a pain. Moving here. And she'll ask, "What's happening?"
You come out. You see. The would-be thief is frozen, not really moving, and then off to your left you see 2 men reloading crossbows.
Oh, that's happening.
Yes.
Oh, great. I would like to cast Sleep.
Okay. Gonna cast Sleep.
The DC will be a 14.
Oh, you need to. So you're within range because I think you're like 60 or 70 feet from them.
That is 90 feet of range.
Yep.
Sleep.
So where are you? Let's see. Where is your center point? Where your 20-foot area point?
A center point will be right here. That way,
Alright.
so I don't get the horse. Well, I'll probably get the horse, but it's not the end of the world.
Roll 5d8. 26. Okay.
Ooh.
So both of these guys are going to fall asleep. And that horse is going to fall asleep.
Well, it's a horse, so it'll keep standing up, so it's no big deal.
Let's see what I want to do for sleep. So I'll throw that symbol up for sleep. So both of these guys, they fall asleep. They drop their crossbows and they slump to the ground.
Oh.
And then it is Cassidon's turn. Cassidon is going to he's going to attempt to restrain. He's going to grapple with the 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 lady on the ground. He's going to attempt to grapple with her, which is a terrible thing for him to do, but he's going to try it anyway. He's going to use athletics versus her athletics. And her athletics is just a little better than his.
Oh.
And let me guess, he failed. Yep. He tries to grab her, and she kind of like grabs his shoulder, and she hip tosses him, and he ends up actually on the ground over here with an oof. What the? And then it is Ivan's turn.
Don't worry, I'll help you. And he tries to grapple the girl as well, restrain her.
All
I
right.
have some hemp and rope in inventory, so I'll use that to try to tie her. So
First you need to make an athletics check, opposed athletics to grapple.
of course.
Oh my gosh! I rolled another natural 20.
Wow.
But it's a total nut, and you rolled a one.
Oh no!
She actually she not only like she kind of like spins a little bit, grabs you, and throws you into uh, uh Cassidon. Uh, you both are like sprawled out and prone. She hip tosses both of you, and she turns and glares at at Ahrman, and uh, she then is going to she's going to disengage. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So she disengages, and she runs past Ahrman, and then she uses her bonus action to disengage, and then she's going to
How improbable!
and she continues to run away.
Like, I'm not even mad at that. That was pretty impressive.
Zeke, is your turn.
Let's see, where am... So they're asleep,
Yes, they are sound asleep.
but if I hit them, they'll wake up.
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So, then let me look at my stuff here. Oh, that's perfect. I'm gonna try it again. This time, let's see if it works. I'm gonna throw my ice knife at the lady running again. This time I'll do it right. Oh my! Yes. So how do you normally do crits like that?
You rolled a crit.
I
Congratulations.
rolled a crit.
All right, so exactly how it's done. It's already rolled all the damage for you.
Oh, nice.
So it rolled a D10 plus a D20. What did you throw him at? Throw on there.
I know, it was my ice knife I was trying to hit first.
And an ice knife does. Oh, sorry. You rolled a hit, and then
it does 1d10 damage on a hit.
yeah. So
Plus,
you should be able to click. Oh, this one doesn't let you do it.
like ice knife.
Yeah, try clicking ice knife. Does it roll the damage? There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so your first one does. So your total damage is 11 points of damage and 6 points of critical damage. So 17 points of damage. So you hurl a shard of ice, and it strikes her in the back, and pierces her back, and she collapses to the ground with a fist-sized hole through her upper back and out her chest.
I'll teach you from stealing from us. And that's my action.
All right. Okay. So with that attack and killing of her, we can drop out of initiative. And how do you want to deal with the two bandits over here? What are you guys doing with them?
She'll say, "Hey, go take care of those guards." Ahrman is going to rush over. He's like, "Is she dead?"
Yes.
And then she'll rushes over, and then we'll shout healing words at them.
Shout healing words at who?
Them,
Oh, at them?
unless they're too far gone.
She is too far gone. She has a huge gaping hole through her chest.
Another innocent soul lost to the life of crime, Ivan says, and puts his hands on his temple, like, very distraught.
We have the map. That's all that counts. Right? You do have the map.
I want it. That would be Ivan.
Cassidon is going to go over to the others, and he starts to he pulls out some rope, and he starts to tie them up. As that's happening, two guardsmen come out, and they're like, well, what just happened? We would have been here sooner, but I had to finish my drink, and yeah, my lance or my sword was on the other side of the room, so I didn't have it ready. So I'm sorry about that, but well, what's going on? Where is that girl?
Greetings, officers! And he puts his hands over his temple, like, hello. Like he's saluting them.
They kind of look at you and go, it takes them a second, and then they see, do you have a holy symbol on you, by any chance?
I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, all right.
It should be on my chest like a little necklace or something.
Seeing a hobgoblin, and then seeing the symbol of a good deity on your chest, they're taken back for a second, and they're like, well, where did she go? Where is she at?
You see, this little girl, unfortunately, she had to resort to the life of crime for whatever reason, and she stole our map now. My goblin friend here, he acted in self-defense, and unfortunately, she has passed.
Excuse me? I
Rest assured, the situation is under control, and I have apprehended the other two evildoers. They are to my right over there. And he points to the two men that
Cassidon
have the crossbows.
says, you apprehended them. I tied them up.
Yes, well, we are a team. We are a team of justice. In justice we trust.
Oh, yeah.
He's just staring at him, going,
I didn't know goblins came with small noses.
I am not a goblin. Like Zeke just starts walking towards the body, and Zeke's gonna search the body, see if there's anything there.
She's got
just
a short.
muttering to himself.
Searching the body, you find a short sword. Looks like she was going to try to draw that, and she has she has a small pouch, and in one of the pouches, in the small pouch, there's a few coins, and then there's a silver bell, about 2.5 inches by 4 inches in size.
Can I do? Should I? I don't ring it. I just bring it up to the group.
Okay.
Do I detect anything?
One of the guards is going to come down here to secure the body. He gets down there as you after you look to the body and stuff, and he goes, "Did you find anything of interest on the body?"
I hold up the bell. I'm like, this.
He goes, no coin.
No. Then I walk away.
He starts to like rifle through the body. And
I
then,
searched everywhere.
Uh,
Not like it's
so he's looking through the body. The other guard is going to take custody of of the other two bandits, and he produces two sets of manacles, and he returns Cassidin's rope to him. Um, what would you guys like to do now?
Do I detect anything magical within that bell?
Are you how are you testing
Oh,
it
I
for
guess I'm
magic or
not
checking it for
casting.
magic?
I'm just gonna check it for like to see if there's any like symbols on there to say like, hey,
There are no symbols carved or drawn onto the bell itself.
hmm.
Ivan walks up to Zeke rather shy. He says, I'm sorry for calling you a goblin. I'm still learning the ways of the common language from over these parts.
He's a gnome.
I am.
Yes, it's that other word with a G, of course.
It's,
But okay.
I get it. We look alike. It's not like it's not. We both come from deep dark places. I get it, but I'm a gnome.
We know. We
Mm.
know you're a gnome. All right, I'll stop.
Zeke just starts entering. Shall we? Are our drinks still like filled at this point,
Yeah.
or were they knocked over?
Oh, actually, let's see. Each of you give me a d6 roll. I'll find out. Who is that? Who rolled that one? Zeke, yours is spilled. Who rolled the 2?
Old one.
Ivan got a 1. Yours is perfectly fine.
Oh.
And the 2 is perfectly fine. So Zeke, yours spilled. Let me roll for the good old. And yep, only Zeke's glass of wine was knocked over.
So rolling a 1 was a good thing in this scenario. Okay.
Zeke's at the door entryway. He's looking over there and going, blasted. And he just walks back out and swallows.
Cassidy
Never
says,
fear, my friend. We can buy you another one. In
I'm
fact,
not
I can pay for it.
I'm not a goblin. No. Like he just starts talking to himself. Like we have my wine's gone. I don't have. They think I'm a goblin. This turns out to be a great day. But I did stop that thief, one way or another. You said you'll buy me another wine, good sir.
Yes, of course. And so at this point, I turn to Ahrman, and I say, "Of course, thank you very much for helping us stabilize the condition of that bard. I was very concerned."
Well,
Oh.
if nobody was going, it was important that he be okay because there's also a possibility of seeing as I'm a visitor like yourselves that they could have accused me of a crime, and I don't want that to happen now, do I?
No, of course
Don't.
not.
Yeah, that's why I did it. But one thing leads to another, that's how it is. Anyway, do you wish for me to continue looking at that map?
Yes, please.
Oh, yes, please.
I'm starting to ruffle the map back out again. Like, you know how we used to like
The
at the edge of the table, just like making sure it's smooth enough.
the innkeeper, he steps out from behind the actually he steps out from behind the bar, and he comes over and he says he goes, would you care for a private room? Uh, I don't abide thieves, and I'm very appreciative that you uh, apprehended that thief. You apprehended her, correct?
Fine, apprehended.
Well, the guards went out there, and and they haven't come, or one of them hasn't come back. So, would you like a private room to be able
Yes,
to?
please.
So he actually takes you down, and he lets you use his his private room. He asks you to please stay in the main room and not go into the back room.
Of course, we would appreciate it. Thank you very much. And do not worry, for as long as Ivan is in the room, justice will be served.
Zeke eyes the room he was told not to go in.
That would be this door over here.
She will follow the innkeeper to the private room.
Okay.
Yeah.
This room is 25 by about 20. Actually, it's about 30 by 20.
There we go.
There's a large bed in this room. There's a number of shelves with books and scrolls, and then there's a large table that it currently has a large map on it, but the map seems to be a seafaring map. It's easily rolled up and stashed away and stuff. There is a large tiger pelt on the floor.
Yes, the map. Our map. You saw that happen with your own eyes.
Yeah.
I have never seen that happen before. With that magic, with everything happening.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not just talking about how the hurdy-gurdy made me feel. This map felt something. This piece of parchment. And it worked on you. Worked when you did it.
Okay. Do you want me to try it again with the hurdy-gurdy this time? With feeling! Do you wish
Yes.
for that? Alright.
Like Zeke's now standing on the bed. Like, yes, please.
Okay, so with the
jumping, like-
with the map, as you look at the map and stuff, you can either the notes kind of follow around the perimeter of of the the notes are kind of written along the perimeter, and they kind of spiral in, but you don't know if they should be played, which order they should be played in. Do you want to play them in clockwise or counterclockwise order?
Wise.
Well, I'm sorry, what was that? You broke up.
Clockwise.
You're gonna play clockwise? Okay, so give me a performance check with disadvantage.
Mm.
Oh, what a performance check with disadvantage.
Oh, no.
All right, so you start to play, and as you are playing the the symbols in a round, um, the the map begins to glow, and then it becomes three-dimensional. The map itself floats up about 3 to 4 inches off the ground, and the and it kind of expands from being about 18 by 20 inches to being about 3 feet by 4 feet in size. The mountain ranges rise up, the forests fill out. There is a collection um, of figures that seem to be moving along through the forest on the road, and then they move off of the road and up towards the mountains. As they approach the mountains, the map kind of shifts and zooms in, and there's a smaller path and then a smaller path as these figures move that way, and they get to a low point. The ground seems to bow down, creating a low point, and in that low point a small black cave is seen. And as the song comes to an end, there is a there the map kind of reverts back to, it shrinks, it settles, and then the path is the illuminated path is on the map, and it remains.
Zeke's like pointing to the map. It didn't do that. When you were done, it stopped. But now it's here. It's still here.
Unbelievable.
Can't hear you, Armoron.
Mind if I accompany you all on this journey? It seems like this is going to be one hell of a story.
Oh, are you kidding? Of course. We don't know how else this map or this very cave could react to your magical music, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We would love, right, Zeke?
Of course. Another adventure is not a bad thing.
I think it also helps that I can identify a gnome.
The druid, he says, is she gonna get an equal share or a lesser share?
She gets equal share, of course. And judging by the way she helped the bard, I would say she is a champion of justice, so we can trust her.
There's only one kind of justice I know, and that's the one of the music. The laws of music. You can't go against them, otherwise there's going to be a bad time.
You did like 3 different accents there.
I know. It doesn't help that I have all 3 of them ingrained into my actual personality.
Whoops.
Fine. Equal share. Zeke throws down. Zeke looks around at. Are there windows in the room at all?
In the room that
Looking
you're
outside.
in right now, there is a, excuse me. There are no windows in this room. This room doesn't have any windows.
I take out the pouch that I took from our lady friend.
Mm-hmm.
I drop it in the middle of the table, and I open the pouch.
Okay, there's 3 gold coins and about a handful, like 6 or 7 copper pieces. And then if you include it, there's the silver bell.
Yeah, and I put the silver bell down.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that does.
Have you tried ringing it?
I go ahead and ring it.
It is it rings very very melodically. It is a strong F note. You know this, or Ahrman, you know this. It sounds a strong, clear F. but nothing happens. There's no effect that you see.
There's the bell.
After all this, sorry.
It's all right. It's in two. Must be a nice clamper.
After all this magic was reacting to music, why I was expecting something else to happen.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't a
ring
little.
it.
Can't say I'm a little slightly disappointed, I guess.
You want music and magic? With that, she will hum a quick song and cast prestidigitation as she does it.
Okay. She casts prestidigitation as she hums a little song. So,
Not bad.
about this all takes you about a good 30 to 45 minutes. After about as you're wrapping up uh, this meeting and discoveries that you've made, there's a knock at the door.
I'd get
Who
up
is it?
and
It's the innkeeper.
take the map. I say that to the group, but take the map. Take the bell. I open it, and I open the door.
You open the door. The innkeeper's standing right there, and he's like, are you done? If you care for a room, I have some rooms for rent, but the inn will be closing in about an hour or so, we'll stop serving in about an hour or so. So if you'd like a place to stay, I have a few rooms available. But of course,
All right, guys, what do you think?
Shall we take a rest and adventure tomorrow?
I would like my spell slots back.
Same. So yes, the room will be required, good sir.
Okay, so he actually he shows you to he Amron, you've actually been staying here for a few days, so you actually already have a room. Um,
Yeah.
the let's see. Uh, they're all identical rooms, which is really nice. But he has four rooms available. So Amron, which room are you staying in?
Um, 4 rooms available, right?
Yep.
That one.
Okay. He'll stay up here. Um, and which rooms are you two staying in? Zeke and Ivan? Okay, so that leaves the last room for Ivan. Alright, if I could get a D8 roll from each of you.
The 8. Jeez.
D8.
Ooh. Ooh.
All about rolling natural ones today.
8, 7, I got one more roll. Let's see. Alright. The night goes by uneventful. You get a sound. You get a nice sound sleep. Though in your dreams, there's a shadowy figure that seems to be watching you as as you go about your dreams. Whether that is um, Ivan, your dreams of achieving your 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 goal to be a uh, and respected and well-known purveyor of justice, or Zeke, your goal of one day, uh, finding that piece of lost arcana that no one else knows about, so that you could secret away that knowledge. Um, And Amaran, your dreams of performing in Waterdeep before the Council of Eight is sorry, the Lords of Waterdeep. Um, all of these dreams of your 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 deepest desires are what you dream about. But there's this shadowy figure that seems to be watching the whole time. And whenever during your dream, as you try to look into the shadow, you're met with three sets of red eyes, and in the dream you quickly turn away, and then it becomes a shadow figure again. The eyes are like normalized, and then like two sets of eyes above that are also red. And you
So it
wake.
looks like Raven.
Huh?
Raven when she has the effects and in the
Oh
comics.
yeah. Okay. Yes. The next morning when you awake, you are fully rested, and the the dream seems to carry with you for longer than normal. So usually when you have your dreams in the morning, within 5, 10, 20 minutes, what you were dreaming about is all in the past. This dream seems to linger. What are you guys gonna do?
So, as Zeke's gonna take a few minutes and start with what he already gathered. Do like a crude sketch of this shadowy figure, about what he saw, what it looks like. Uh, like was it bipedal, like just beefy, muscular, or
Uh,
just
it was definitely bipedal, but he was very shadowy. It's almost as if his body was uh, incorporeal, incorporeal.
okay?
Sorry, uh, and as you would concentrate and like look at the face, it would not define, and the eyes would appear, and then you would kind of be forced to look away. So the drawing that you end up coming up with is one of uh, a shadowy, like a humanoid shaped uh, shadow or wraith with three sets of red eyes. And even your drawing kind of disturbs you a little bit.
Yeah. Is the tavern open for breakfast? Or not breakfast,
Yes,
like just
absolutely.
sit around?
Do we not have sound?
No, I don't hear sound yet. So
There we go.
I'm gonna pull up a chair at the same spot that we were at, and just start like just looking at what I drew, and making sure, like, trying to figure out what I'm looking at.
Yeah, what do you do?
Good morning, everyone.
I don't say anything. I just throw the paper on the mat on the tape.
So visible for everyone to see.
Yes.
Ivan looks at the piece of paper and he says, You know, I think I've seen something like that recently. Was
Yeah.
Is this something of yours? Is this art something you've always had, or did you just sketch this up today?
It came to me in a dream.
Really?
Yeah,
A
one
dream.
with it too.
I don't know, and I start pushing it away from me, like it's giving Zeke like some sort
Heebie-jeebies.
of this is I don't know. I had a weird experience last night.
God,
Well, let me
don't
just
think-
say that.
Oh,
I don't
what?
think
What?
that's a god.
No, she's talking to me.
Oh, like wait, what?
I call all my game masters God.
Aha.
Okay, so what? Yeah, go ahead. What you need? I was just listening to the roleplay.
Bardic knowledge time.
For this, no.
Oh,
When you look at the picture, like Zeke, you kind of don't want it near you. When he kind of pushes it away, it kind of comes towards you, and you're kind of like, yeah, you kind of like want to push it away too. And it gets pushed towards Ivan, and Ivan, you're kind of want to smite it.
back.
Actually, so let's do this. Let's stop right here for a quick like 10 or 15 minute break. All right, so so I guess we'll jump back into the stream real quick. Okay, go ahead.
One thing is I can't.
You can't
I
control
can't.
him?
But no.
Let's try this again. Let's do this. Can you now?
Nope.
Really? This is weird. Oh, because this would probably help if I actually grabbed your character and not just the art.
There we go. I'm moving.
Ah, yes. The importance of being able to move your own character. All right, so welcome back, everybody. Thanks for staying with us today, and just a few words from a couple of sponsors is the wrong word because we're not actually being sponsored yet, but I have been asked to plug a couple of things that I'm using. Our sound is being provided by Sirenscape, and also we're using Sirenscape, and we're also using Battle Bards. Those are two different soundboards that are available for subscriptions. They each have their own, I'll say, strengths and weaknesses. So trying them both out and giving credit where credit is due. What I really like about Battle Bards is that I can upload my own music, I can upload my own sound effects to it, and that's really nice. And what I really like about the Sirenscape is Fireball. I just love the Fireball. It's crazy, but I really love the Fireball.
That
So,
did
Gotta
sound-
use
that did
Fireball,
sound
Zeke, or else the
satisfying.
DM will use it against us. Either way, he wants to hear it.
Oh,
And for rock
I should get Fireball.
That wasn't okay.
that was another one of the sound effects.
Ooh, I do have a fire spell though.
I also like this. The sword flashes are really cool. But all right, so let's go back to the game. All right, so you've been looking, you're gathered around the one of the tables, and breakfast is being served to you. Breakfast is a nice collection of course, root vegetables and a little bit of meat and a couple of actually a couple poached eggs, which is a nice change to the iron rations that you're used to eating while you are traveling along the road. You've each had a good dream with a disturbing witness Zeke has drawn a picture of what he says he saw in his dream, and it has disturbed each one of you in turn. This three-eyed, faceless figure seems to be burnt into your eyelids. So after looking at the picture and closing your eyes, you can almost see it again, and it is you quickly try to fill your mind with other things. The bard performing, you try to concentrate on the music. You try to concentrate on other things, and the bard takes out a set of chimes that she is playing, or that she is going to play. Excuse me. And she starts to play these chimes. Okay. That's not the chimes. That's just a person. All right. The gotta pause it. Oh, there's the wrong chimes. Can you answer that? Thank you. I swear, I told this kid not to call me on Tuesdays, and they still call me
Which kid?
Tuesdays. My oldest.
Aw.
Uh,
Isn't he the one that was in the military?
no, that's the second one.
Mm.
Uh, but she starts to play these chimes, and as she plays the chimes, from the bell, kind of uh, goes off in your mind, like you hear that bell that you rang last night, and then that image of this three-eyed, or I guess it would be six-eyed, wouldn't it? Three pairs of eyes, creature or being, is kind of pushed from your mind. You looking at the paper, it is it's blank. After she plays these chimes, and there's that ringing kind of clears your head, and now there's a blank piece of paper on the table.
Where'd my paper go?
There, the picture that's gone.
Well, if it didn't disappear on its own, I would have spited it, so I think we're all in luck.
Yeah.
Yes. This is odd, to say the least, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Before we head out, should we grab a few more, pay for some more rations and stuff along those lines?
Well,
Yes. I
sorry, you can talk about it.
think I'm fine with that. I just want to get out of this place. Creeps me out a little bit. We had a map that decides to go all excuse my language, hurdy-gurdy everywhere. And we also had my painting, my drawing, my sketch just disappear. So
Maybe it's the music of creation. Such a wonderful little song.
DM,
Yeah.
do we know kind of how many rations we would need for a trip to where the map indicates?
When you were examining the map last night, and as the music played, the entirety of the song was played by Amaran. Um, it was almost as if the journey from the small building, which you assume might be this building, um, was 4 days.
Okay,
4 days
so
worth sound good to you guys?
4 days would be like 8 rations, I guess. You eat twice. So
Mhm.
I think.
Well, okay, so 4 days rations would provide you
Ah,
enough
no, yeah,
rations to go
sorry.
from here to
Sorry.
there. And if you wanted to have food to come back,
Yeah. Then I'd have 8. Yeah, that's what I.
yeah,
That's what my brain did, not what
okay.
my mouth said. so Ivan then turns to Amron and he says, "I believe we are all ready, equipped, safe for this travel."
Well prepared.
Yes, I'm ready to leave, says the druid.
And we're off.
You leave the inn. The innkeeper bids you farewell. Amaran, he actually says, anytime you're in the area, you're welcome to come and perform. Your music was beautiful, and that instrument is very unique. Cannot hear you.
I'm not muted. Thank you!
Uh, you leave the inn, and you begin to head north along the forest road, and the weather is very pleasant. It is it is early autumn, and the uh, the rainy season has passed. You're traveling along the road. The the area around here is not barren. For many miles as you travel, there are you pass fields, and you pass small clutches of houses, and then you enter the forest. About 3/4 of the way through the day, you enter the forest, and the forest uh, begins to the forest begins to fill your ears with sound. It is a very active forest. The druid actually uh, he collects a few birds that come down, and he kind of whispers to them, and they fly off. And you've seen him do this before, but he seems very at home in the forest. The As the canopies of the forest begin to close up, and it begins to get darker, uh, the sun is starting to set. You begin to look for a place to camp, or actually, do you begin to look for a place to camp, or do you wish to travel through the night?
Uh, I say we. How is everybody feeling? Feeling okay? Doing good?
Well, my spell slots are still intact. I think we could press
Same.
on for maybe another mile or so.
Venture forth.
Okay, you continue traveling along for about another hour. The sun is now setting. It is getting very dark very fast. The trees cast long, deepening shadows, and uh, you find yourself uh, you find yourself along the road, but um, not in an area that is uh, very con- uh, that
Populated?
uh, that isn't really set up to camp on. You can camp on the road, but there's no cleared brush on the edges to be able to easily pitch a tent, or even lay out bedrolls very easily. Do you wish to make camp here or continue on into the dark?
Can everyone here see in the dark?
I see Zeke sees 120 feet. So
Ivan
I
has
have dark
vision.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
druid, he goes, I can make the dark kind of go away, and he lifts up his hand, and a small he casts produce flame and creates like a handheld torch for himself.
I mean, that's a fair thing.
That's a good spell. That's a good spell to have. I say we find a nice little spot off the road.
So are you going to trailblaze here to try to find something off the road, or are you going to continue down the road to try to find a place where the trees do not meet the road, and you have an area to camp off the side?
Walk down the road some more and see if
Okay.
we can find another spot.
All right. I need Ivan. Go ahead and give me a D6 roll, and Zeke, please give me a D8 roll.
Rolling.
One of nice.
All
That's
right.
That's a nice 1 out of 8.
All right. So you guys you travel for about another hour, and it is now deepening dark. It is the sounds of the forest are beginning to have shifted from the I was looking for it, the pleasant forest sounds of the day to excuse me to to a uh, nope, yeah, I guess my forest disappeared. The problem about having such a selection of things, you actually you lose things. You lose things. Your forest. There it is. There we go. The sounds of the forest are replaced with the sounds of the night. You find a location. It looks like it's been used by wagon caravans, and numerous times you find the remains of a, of a fire pit, and you are easily able to prepare a camp. Um, are you all going to sleep, or are you going to set watches?
Well, Ivan volunteers to set watch for everyone else.
For everyone, you're not going to sleep at all?
Or
Well, I guess I have to.
I will take the second half of that watch.
I'll
So you
take
can
I'll take final watch.
I'll take the final watch. So the um, Cassidon is going. We'll take I guess the third watch. So you guys divide the watch into fours. So each person only you can then rest for your 8 hours. You can rest for 10 hours, and everybody can get. Actually, you rest for what is it? 12 hours. You camp for 12 hours, and everybody can get 8 hours of sleep without a problem. Is that right? Are the right numbers? Yeah, something like that. Might actually be a different number. 11 hours, and everybody get obviously. Give me a D8 roll, starting with Ivan.
1d8 coming for you?
Yeah, 1D8, please. All right, and then if I get one from... Okay, so your watch goes by uneventful. Who are you going to wake up next?
I was taking a second.
I'll wake up the Gnat Goblin.
The not goblin. All right, Zeke, you're awakened, and your watch begins. Please give me a D8 roll.
Oh,
Okay, so Zeke, during your watch, there is a. You actually give me. I need a 2d20 roll real quick.
what? How many?
2d20.
2d20s
Yep.
coming up. Four and a 12 for a 16.
Oh, 16. All right.
Hey,
And during your watch, you start to hear the sounds of like uh, like a like somebody's rolling a large uh, like a large log down the road. You can hear it. It's almost like you can hear. Nothing seems to be pushing it, but it seems like there's this large log that's rolling down the pathway. You look out on the road, and when it gets to be about 120 feet from you, you start to make out this figure. It is a it looks like a log. It's about 10 feet wide, 10 feet long, and about 4 feet in diameter. And it's attached to a it's attached to what looks like a stone uh, like a stone contraption, like a seat, and then there's another log behind it, and on top of this it stands about 10 feet tall, and it's actually about 8 feet at its height, and on top of it is this 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 furblog giant. And he seems to be pumping his arms on a crank at the top of it, and it seems that this crank is causing the wheels, for a better word, to roll forward. What do you do?
I wait.
You wait. Okay, so the this contraption is starting to get closer. It gets about 60 feet from you, and the the furlong actually he looks over towards your guys' camp, and he appears to look kind of panicked a little bit. He starts to crank his hands faster, and this vehicle seems to pick up speed a little bit, and as
Is
he's
it coming?
like it's going to go by you, not towards you.
Okay.
Do you do anything? It's about 30 feet away.
No.
Okay.
I let it pass.
It does pass, and he's cranking, he's looking, and the sound, he gets 30 feet away, 60 feet away, 120 feet away, and then you can no longer see him, and the sound continues to fade into the distance.
Strange part of town we're in.
And a few hours later, your watch is over. Who do you wake up?
I think it was going to be the druid, right?
Yep. You wake up the druid, and
If and before I go, I'm like, if you see anything, any furbolgs. You said furbolg, right?
yeah,
Any furbolgs on a cart, just just hand cranking something. If you see more of them, let me know. And I go back.
he gives you a really what?
The long story.
Okay. And he actually uses his wild shape, and he turns into a giant owl, and he kind of flies up on a perch above the camp, and seems to be taking his watch as a great horned owl.
Oh. I go back to I go to sleep, just looking up at like that's good job. I go back to bed.
All right, so go ahead and do a couple rolls for him. D8. All right. Few hours later, there is a Ahrman. You are awoken to a woo right in your ear.
I need that to hear.
And you open your eyes and you see this 3.5 foot tall great horned owl, like perched.
Totally. I'm a very lean person, so you don't want to eat me.
The owl shakes its head back and forth, and then it kind of takes off, flies over to where the druid had set his bedroll, and then turns into the druid, and he starts to lay down.
Oh, for a second there, I thought the owl ate the druid. Okay, and she'll take her watch.
What are you doing during your watch?
Probably writing.
Okay. So do you? Dark vision is terrible for being able to write. So do you like light a torch, or do you have any candles? How are you? Or are you more like, I am free verse writing in my head?
Free verse writing.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a D8 roll. Okay, the sun comes up as your watch is ending. Do you do anything before you wake up the rest of the crew?
There's light now. She will take that to the advantage and take out all her quills and stuff and begin to write. Actually,
Okay.
write what she was thinking of.
Okay. So the rest of the party, you all you awake the next morning. There's no fire going, and there's no breakfast being made. And the bard is sitting there scribing away on some parchment. And the druid, he comes over and he gives each person a berry, and he goes, breakfast.
Ooh, what's this spell? Good berry?
Yes. And you eat the single berry, and it fills you up, like you are not hungry at all anymore.
That's quite nice.
No furbolgs.
Going in the daylight, you go out and you look, and you can see the the tracks that this strange vehicle made. It's almost like it acted as a what I'm looking for, a steamroller, and it kind of flattened the road a little bit.
Did its job. It's nice. It's a nice little. Like I'm Zeke's looking at the road now, just like that is some good rollers. I mean, no bumps, nothing really to go about.
Do
I
you
say we
have
went.
to smoke?
Hmm?
You broke up a little bit.
What did you have to smoke? Sounds like it was a good thing.
It was. I saw something with my eyes,
Nothing
and
illegal, I hope.
no. I mean, you've seen me do worse. Let's just say stop there. Like yesterday, you saw me just take out, or not a few days ago, you saw me just take out somebody, a whole chunk of their midsection. So
Yes, but if someone attempts to offer you certain leaves, you must say no.
anyways, there was it, it, the Furbolg looked very shocked what we were doing, and then just started pedaling faster and faster and faster. So I'm not sure. We might want to keep an eye out just in case.
Probably.
Just please, we're all very squishable,
No, well,
and I'm just saying, a a ruler against this isn't gonna last too long.
Oh, but I can shield you, Zeke. I'll
You
shield us all.
sounds good to me. So, shall we venture forth?
Onward, my companions.
You travel along the road for the day, and uh, as you travel along the road, you come to a stream that by the map, that you're going to turn up the stream and kind of follow the stream for about a day. So, you travel along, and I need two people will be six. Let me see. I'll have Zeke and Amaran roll a d6. All right. So you travel along the river, and you come around a bend in the river, and or the stream. It's kind of probably about 8 to 10 feet across at any one time. It's swift flowing, and it seems to be 3 to 6 feet deep in places. Um, you come around a corner, and it kind of opens up, and there's a small, like a cistern, where the curve of the river has created a washout area, and you see three children that are playing near the water. They two of them seem to have like fishing poles, and then a third one, who seems to be the youngest, is playing along the edges of the water where the washout doesn't have a strong current. Zeke, what do you do?
I stay on the path.
Well, you guys are kind of like following the
Oh.
river, the path of the river. There's not actually a path here.
Oh, there's not a path.
Yeah, you've gone off the
I
road
just-
and you're following the river because that's what the map told you to do.
I just continue on my way past the children.
Okay. Ahrman?
To the children. And then
Okay,
Ask-
you do what? Sorry, you cut out a little bit.
she'll say hello to them, and then she'll ask, "Pardon me, but do you know how to get to the other side?"
The children kind of look at each other. You're speaking which language?
She will speak Elvish first.
They don't seem to understand that language at all.
Then she'll go into Common.
They don't seem to respond to common either.
Sylvan?
They're looking at you quizzically. They don't know what you're.
After a while, she'll just...
Zeke looks back and just sighs and says it in Gnomish.
They don't seem to understand any of the languages that you. They don't seem to understand Common, Gnomish. They don't understand Sylvan or Elven.
Don't worry, I've got this.
Speaks
And
in
he
Goblin.
speaks in Gobblish.
You speak Goblin or Hobgoblin?
Yes, I speak Goblin.
You speak Goblin?
It says Common and Goblin. Yeah.
Okay, so you speak Goblin, and the children, they get a look of fear in their face. Like they understood part of it, and the two older children, which they look like they're probably between 8 and 10 years old, seem to move defensively in front of their younger sister, the youngest of them. It's two boys and a girl, and they're kind of like holding their fishing poles, like to like poke at you if you come close.
Zeke casts Mage Hand and waves.
Justice, see! And he, Ivan pouts his chest, and he shows them his symbol of tear, and he says, and he points at his chest, and he says, "I am here, and in the name of peace and goodness."
And you're saying this in Goblin?
Yeah.
Okay. They look like they recognize the language, but not necessarily the words that you're saying. And they seem to be backing away.
She will step in front of Ivan and then just give a kind smile and point towards the other side of the river, seeing as that's the only way that she'll probably be able to communicate.
Okay,
And
they're on the other side of the river. They're in the cistern area. The river was bending to, as you were following it, it bent to the left, and so the washout is on the right-hand side of the river. They're a good 20-25 feet across, because that cistern is kind of creates like a 20-25 foot area. That they're on the other side of that.
She'll ask Zeke, do you have minor illusion?
I do not.
She will give them a bow, apologize, in Primordial. One last language to knock off. See if they understand that one.
They don't seem like they hold on, I need to just double check. That one I don't know if I got.
But then she said, alright, let's head them up, move them out.
tried our best shot.
Yes.
You scared them.
Goblin isn't the most kindest language. Have you ever heard a song from them? No offense. Just the expression.
Well, can't say that I'm used to having a book judged by its cover. Ivan says very defensively.
And before we go, since Ahrman got one last shot, I turn around and say, and start. I mumble under my breath in Undercommon about this. Yeah.
You. Okay, so they're not close to you, and there's so if you mutter, there's not gonna be, there's no reaction.
Okay. I was gonna say I just say like. I hope so. I look over to the side and I go, I hope you guys have plenty of fish in Undercommon.
They don't seem to react to that language either. Goblin they kind of reacted to, but none of the other languages that anyone tries do they react to.
Yeah. Like I said,
and they seem to have pretty much collected their stuff and are in. They seem to be backing off and trying to get into the edge of the forest.
Like I said, like I was trying to do in the beginning, just let those kids be. And the only other languages that I know, I'm pretty sure they won't know it. So let's continue.
Can't fault the children. They probably learned from their parents that they should not talk to strange adults.
Or goblins.
To be fair, never
But I
mind.
thought you were a gnome, not a goblin.
I can't win. And he just starts walking away.
Sometimes it's best to lose.
So you continue your trek through the day. The map, as you reference the map on occasion, the line that that was illuminated and then remained on the map. It's not illuminated the whole time, but the line of the path is there. It seems to be like erasing itself the farther you get. Where you came from is no longer visible. Where you're headed to is all that you can see.
So can Zeke retrace the line they went through?
What do you mean by that? Like draw on the map?
Like draw on the map like the directions that they went through, just in case they needed to come back this way.
You take you take your quill and are you using ink or are you using like a piece of charcoal? What are you trying to use?
I was gonna use my ink.
Okay. So you draw and you draw it and it's there and then it the map kind of absorbs the ink, kind of like remember in the the diary, Tom Riddle's diary from Harry Potter. It does that, and the map kind of draws that ink away.
second time my ink decides to abandon me.
It's okay. Ink is a temporary fix to certain matters. Come, let us continue!
Yes.
The day draws to an end, and you find a nice location to camp, just near the water's edge. Uh, there seems to be a lot of fish in this stream, and uh, the the druid, he actually he catches some fish, and he begins to cook fish for dinner tonight. Um,
Salmon,
you
salmon.
you have a nice fish dinner, and the you set up your watches, and there is and the night goes by uneventful. There is uh, during Ivan, during your watch, you actually see a flight um, of a couple hundred bats that fly out of the forested area and head towards the east, and then uh, and then in the morning, Amaran, before dawn, you see this flight of bats, hundreds of bats that fly into the forest from the east. And the next day you're traveling, there is uh, clouds begin to form in the sky. Uh, no rain falls, but it is darker. It becomes a little bit cooler. You've noticed that the you believe the elevation has gone up a little bit. It's a little bit cooler than it was on the road, and the map directs you to make another turn. You turn towards solidly towards the west, and off in the distance you can see the rise of the mountains begin. And you travel this day. Uh, the the forest becomes very thin, and then it becomes very, very dense, to the point where uh, the tangles in the on the on the on the tangles that appear within a normal forest are gone. There are massive tree trunks, and there is no undergrowth. Traveling through here is like traveling through a different world. Looking up, uh, nearly 100 feet above you uh, is the canopy, and there are no low branches. There is nothing upon the ground. Occasionally, uh, you see predators' eyes, or you see uh, other types of, of medium size and large game that are moving through the forest. All of you give me a perception check.
Ugh. Oh, nice.
Yes, the tree looks lovely today.
It's a tree.
Doesn't it look very nice?
As you guys are walking through the forest, Ivan, you see uh, a large white wolf uh, that seems to be shadowing the party.
Does it trigger my divine sense?
Link Divine Sense.
Actually, I think I'd have to use it, right? I don't think it triggers automatically. As an action, I can open my awareness.
So do you open your awareness?
Yes.
It's we'll say at some point it gets within 60 feet of you. It does not trigger. It is not undead. It's not a fiend. And it doesn't seem to be a celestial, but it also seems to it almost it looks at you quizzically, and you see a deep wisdom in its eyes.
Well,
But you do feel that this part of the forest is hollowed or hallowed.
this portion of the forest, I must say, is one with justice. And Ivan points out the presence of the wolf to everyone else.
Okay, you guys have been notified of this wolf. Ahrman, what do you do?
She'll wave at it.
You actually don't see it. How about you, Zeke?
I notice it.
You can't see it either.
Like,
He kind of like mentions there's a white wolf, and it's kind of following us in an area. This land seems to be, what do you say? Laden with
On the
justice
side
or
of
something?
justice.
On the side of justice.
what wolf are you talking about?
There's a white wolf right over there.
The
Does Ivan
druid,
still see the wolf?
you can still see it, and the druid looks over there as well, and uh, he he says it's a protector.
A protector? What do you mean?
Because some druids become protectors of the forest, of certain parts of the forest, and they will take a form and never leave it. I believe that may be one such as that.
So if we don't touch anything, we should be fine, right?
If we are not, if we have no ill will towards the forest, we should have no issues with the protector.
I like that idea.
Would we have ill will to a forest?
If the forest seems just and beautiful, so I would have nothing against such forces of goodness.
Yeah, I'll let it slide. Continue.
So you guys continue on for the rest of the day, and you find a nice place to camp, and you camp for the night. Uh, Before you get ready to set up watches and stuff, the druid says we should be safe to sleep here. I do not believe that we are in an area of the forest that would bring us any harm.
Of course. Thank you very much. Then shall we?
Let's.
Rest is a mandate.
Okay, so you guys all go to sleep that night. Everybody give me an intelligence or charisma check, whichever is your higher stat.
Intelligence. Let's see, where's my... Oh, there we are. Yeah, let me do that. Let me do intelligence check first. Oh, that really didn't help too much.
Through the night, Zeke and Ivan, you both have disturbing dreams of ice-bound hands reaching up from the ground and holding you fast. You also see, uh, experience that three-eyed creature or being, um, pointing at you before these ice-bound hands reach from the ground and grab you, and then he points at you, and then he closes his fist, and the hands are pull you down into the ground, and as your head is about to be uh, subsumed by the earth, you awake with a start, sweat beating off of your bodies, having soaked into your clothes and even into your bedroll. And
Oh,
as
be
that
gone, foul
happens,
evil!
the first break of light starts to filter through the trees.
Oh, the heck was that?
That figure.
Yes.
That nasty figure that we smited in the paper. It came to me in a dream.
You too? With ice hands?
Yes.
What is going on? And I just stare at the piece of paper, the map again. I'm like, what is going on? And I'm just focused on that paper.
You have looking at the map, you can see that the map, you have less than a day's. You probably have almost a full day's journey to be able to reach uh, the low place. You think you could probably make it before the sun sets.
Ivan, you and I are awake. We must prepare the others. One more day. Figure out where this map is leading us.
The closer we get, the more I feel as if maybe instead of treasure or something just, we are getting closer and closer to the source of great evil.
Do you want to go and, like, smite it?
Yeah, that's like your thing.
Like, don't you want to, like, stop any potential of great evil that will cause injustice and chaos upon the land?
Of course.
I just need a payout because I owe some people some money.
Like I'm just here for whatever is there. We might find something so in depth. It's controlling our dreams. I don't know what, but it's something there.
However, we must not fear, friends. For, as my papa would say, his dwarven vow number 16, you can do anything if you try.
Okay.
Having the ability to turn into animals, I want you to know that's not necessarily true. I've tried to fly many times and have yet to accomplish the feat.
One day you will.
potion.
Also, apparently
Depends on
breathing
how you define
underwater
fly.
is very, very difficult as well.
I know a turtle friend that can help with that, but yes.
So you head out for the day?
Yep.
All right. Oh, excuse me. Getting tired.
If you are getting tired, I could see this as a good stopping
Oh,
point.
we're almost to the stopping point. We're almost there.
Never mind.
Yeah. I know exactly where I want to stop. All right.
What are you drinking?
I'm
Water.
drinking lemonade.
Good old H2O.
I don't usually drink lemonade, but I got lemonade today.
This is a good like. What are we all drinking? I had a V8 energy drink. It's actually
Nice.
really refreshing. And now I'm just having some water.
I don't have anything else at the moment.
A great bottle, though.
Mhm.
Thank you. The lid is over there somewhere. I got this at Pirate Fest.
Yar.
Aye.
You want to see a really cool cup?
Sure.
You guys see that?
Well, I'm gonna have to open the stream because
Yeah.
the internet's
That's
not capable.
awesome.
Oh, it's not.
N-
It says
you're
Oh,
not.
you
One,
weren't on the
two-
entire.
Is it what? The stream's not running? Oh, please tell
No,
me
the
the stream.
the stream's running.
Yeah,
Okay.
the stream's
Yeah.
running. We can't see you on camera on Discord. That's what we mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, yeah.
Which I understand why.
So it says it's 1, 2. Freddy's coming for you.
Mhm.
Ah, yeah, that's very nice.
Nice.
It's even got the stripes and everything.
And then here we go. It'll come up here in a second. Yeah, let's see if that's better. So you can see that.
Oh, nice.
Garbage
Oh.
pail kids.
Yes. Like
Yeah.
I'm starting to have stickers on my stuff
Rip.
too.
Oh, this
Like,
is this is totally epoxy. This is
Oh my.
it's like a $35 cup. It's like really, really nice.
Nice.
I found an artist and I'm gonna have him make me a D&D one. I'm thinking about if my bard is really, really awesome, maybe making a bard one and sending it to her, but she doesn't know that. Don't let her know.
I'll keep this secret, don't worry.
All right. Okay, so let's get back over here. There's what I'm looking for. Okay, so you travel through the forest. The forest begins to thin out, and that sense of a consecrated area of the forest seems to fade as the hours pass. The trees begin the underbrush begins to reemerge, and the the birds begin to return. You see light begins to appear in pools, and it is not as dark. The canopy opens up. You see the occasional raptor, like falcon or hawk, in flying through the area looking for small rodents and stuff. You see rabbits, you see all kinds of different animals, almost as if this area hasn't been disturbed in a while, and nature isn't really afraid of you or anyone else. As you continue on, you stop for lunch, you eat lunch. Uh, the Your rations are decent, and you continue on. as you continue on, there's a marked decline in the amount of noise coming from the forest, almost as if uh, the animals are now starting to avoid the area. You you feel the elevation going down a little bit, as you as you as you come to a point where the trees open up and you can look out, and there is the ground is subsumed. There is it's almost as if you were looking at a lake, but instead of it being water, it's trees. And you just look and looking at the map, you feel that this is the low place that you are seeking. Um, the elevation drops rather rapidly, uh, probably uh, probably 10 feet for every 40 feet that you travel. Um, it is a steep it is a steep drop down for a good half a mile. By the time it levels off, you are deep in the forest, and there is again a sense of foreboding, and the druid is becoming very cautious. He actually says, "I'm going to take the form of an animal to help us uh, keep a lookout." And he turns into a brown bear, uh,
Yeah.
and he travels as a brown bear. The 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 forest begins to thin as you reach the center of what you had looked out over, um, before you started your descent. And as you are coming here, you I need everyone to give me a quick perception check.
Oh,
What do your elven eyes see? Everything.
Good rolls all
Um,
around.
with your special eyes.
um,
My brand!
Ivan, Cassidon, and Armand, you start to pick up tracks. You start to see looks like activity, um, like almost like you've crossed a path that people or something uses. Um, and you even find the ruts of a cart.
Well, I'm not one for stealth. I say we should see what is going on and make sure it is a creature serving its justice.
Does it's not the same track that from the
No, no, this is not.
roller.
No, this is regular like a cart. It doesn't look like it's being pulled by any animals though. The only tracks seem to be humanoid, booted tracks, and and like I said, like there's like a cart is being pulled or pushed.
Okay.
So,
Would you,
uh,
Ivan? You said you wanted to go see what's over there.
I believe so. What if
Well,
it's a person in. If it either is a person in need or it's an evildoer that needs to be smited?
person in need or a person in deed. So before we go, I'm going to use a spell slot and cast my mage armor, just in case.
Okay. What's the
So that'll be 13 plus my
okay,
dex, so it's
8
14.
hours? Okay. All right.
8 hours, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna leave the path that you're on and go follow this path? Is that what you guys are doing?
Yeah, that's what I proposed you to do.
If we stick with the map's path, there might be a chance that we'll be coming across this thing eventually.
Or we could be set up for a trap if we continue forward. Like, they can be right behind us. So, I mean, you both make good points. And I don't really want to smite anything yet. But I will keep this armor on just in case we get smited. Just in case we want to get our smite on. How's that?
Smite on, good friend.
Smite on!
Stick to the
Okay,
path.
so you're sticking to the path or you're following the path? I'm sorry.
No, we'll maintain the path.
So maintain the path? Oh, okay.
But
The
still,
path-
I'm keeping my armor on.
The path continues to run towards the west. Gradually, the path becomes less overgrown. And another old path crosses this one at a clearing and goes roughly north to south. In the clearing stands a single tree. It looks like it has a sign like nailed to its trunk, and the tree itself only seems to be a sapling, only maybe 2 to 3 inches in diameter.
Can we read what's on the sign, or?
You approach the sign, and on the sign it says, "Welcome to the Wildwood Inn."
Is this a sapling?
I don't see a sign. I don't see an inn here. This sign appears to be a little misleading, at best.
Shit. Do a thing.
You're gonna do a thing?
You're gonna do things?
I'm gonna take out my hurdy-gurdy
Mm-hmm.
and begin performing. Because the last 2 times something magical happened.
I pull out the map just in case.
Okay. So, are you playing just a tune that you have, or are you playing the tune on the map?
Tune on the map.
The tune on the map. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to play the tune on the map. You go to start playing the tune on the map, and the notes are different. As you play the tune on the map, before all of your eyes, the map seems to fade, and the surrounding area begins to change, almost as if you're rewinding time, and you area that is now covered with all of these trees, there's less trees. There's a old there's a clear, quiet night sky, and there is a large building that seems to be constructed by like a log cabin, but it says it's about like it's made for halflings. And as you're seeing this, a figure steps forward and says, "Good day, good travelers. Would you care for a drink, a meal, a room, all three?" And as your song plays, a group of four seems to walk towards this halfling and his inn, and walks in, and then it continues to roll back farther, and the inn disappears, and before the inn there was an altar, and before the altar there was a stone, and before the stone there was nothing. And then the song ends. And as you finish the song, in the map reverts back, and on the map it marks the path. It like remarks the path, and the path goes back the way you had came, towards almost to where that other path had crossed, and follows that path. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Sorry, when you say that path, you meant the other one where
Path that we didn't go through.
we didn't go through.
Yeah.
Thank you, those who've watched.
Yes.
As anybody that decided to hang out with us, we appreciate you hanging out with us. As always, I am Draknar. I'm the DM. We have our illustrious bard, and thank you to our two guest stars this time. Thank you very much, Zeke and Ivan. We will see you both in 2 weeks when we enter the Cave of Mar.
Hopefully there will be people to smite there.